Speaking of Seattle Sounders fight and win. I feel like that is going to be next year's thing. Is we are not allowed to do anything regarding Seattle unless we recreate the fight and win chant.
I think because they had the fight and win chant, they should have a ban where for the next season they're not allowed to make any noise while they watch the game.
Terrible.
Just completely silent.
Oh man. All right. So Seattle at risk of missing the playoffs for the first time in
Ever.
11 years, 13 years.
I think ever, right?
It is ever, but I think it's however long Red Bull are in because Red Bull were even with them. So this is uncharted territory for them. And based off of our results, they would need to win out to bump either LA or RSL, depending on who you are, smart or dumb, me or you, respectively. Um, you've got FCC at home, SKC away, and San Jose at home. Seattle, currently, Rui Diaz is back amongst the goals. Um, Jordan Morris is getting a few. Nico Ladera still having a good year, not kind of up to his standards, I don't think, but playing well. Their back line is the issue for the most part. Just cannot keep the ball out of the net if you're looking at some of these fixtures that they've had. Their last clean sheet was Austin at home, but before that, it was Dallas at home, and it was more than a month ago. So, that being said, an FCC team that is coming in with red hot Brandon Vasquez, red hot Lucia Costa, red hot Brenner up against that back line, I'm saying they're losing that game at FCC. Away at SKC, the way that they've been playing recently, I believe, yeah, they've been unbeaten in their last six. I don't think that changes. I think SKC with their new look attack, they win that game there. At that point, they're out. But I'll say they pick up a pity win against San Jose. 3 points, 42 total, and they're even with Vancouver, and they're out. And Red Bull continue yet another record of greatness.
I think they're out pretty much no matter what, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
a lot of these teams that we're talking about now will need results plus help.
Yeah. Yeah, they'd have to win out. And then I think they could win too, but they would need a ton of help in that case. Like I think Galaxy RSL game has to draw, and then I think they have to lose all their other games, and then they could get in. And then obviously hope that like Vancouver doesn't. No, because they would probably jump ahead of Vancouver anyway. So yeah, they would need to they would need to have the Galaxy and RSL draw when they play each other, and then Galaxy would have to lose to San Jose and Houston, and RSL would have to lose to Portland for them to get in on 2 wins. If they win three, then they're actually probably sitting in like a dangerous position. In which case, Galaxy are gonna have to like show up and get some results. But I think they're not walking away with 3 wins. I think they can beat FCC, even though I totally agree with you that FCC is playing very well. And Brenner seems to have finally like really hit form. I feel like every time I look, he's scoring goals for them now. Um, so yeah, I think it's going to be tough, but I think back against the wall, Seattle show up, especially at home. So I don't think any Seattle. I don't think they want to at least get knocked out of the playoffs at home in front of their fans. So I think they get a win there. Then at SKC, this is the game I think sinks their playoff hopes. I think William Agata shows up and just sinks Seattle. SKC get the win. And then, like you had said, it's just kind of like a consolation game at that point against San Jose, in which I think actually I wouldn't be surprised if they drop points if there's nothing to play for at that point. They may just like throw out the teenagers and say, go ahead, get some game time. I'll say that they win though, just because if there is a chance they're still fighting, which I highly doubt, I think they win. So I say 6 points for them. They finish on 45, but still not enough to make the playoffs. That would actually, for me, that would put them just outside the playoffs, 2 points short of Minnesota.
I think you're an FCC hater. That's kind of once you started talking about like, oh yeah, but once you said the but after complimenting all the FCC, I just turned off, stopped listening to you. So I really don't know what you just said, but you're a hater, and I won't stand for it.
Well, what if I just said Seattle's gonna win everything?
Okay, doesn't matter. You're
Okay.
obviously wrong because you're hating on FCC.
What if I said FCC was gonna win everything after I said that?
Well, you didn't. So
Well, you
you're about
wouldn't
to
know.
though.